every team has a list of something that they want to do during training camp. Every team has goals, or at least they should, especially heading into training camp. They should have things they want to figure out, players they want to take a serious look at, players they kind of probably have a pretty good idea about, seeing maybe if there's other ways they can use them. But the Las Vegas Raiders, I think, have a couple of goals that I think are going to be paramount for this team moving forward. And I'm excited about it. I think there's a lot of different things going on, but we'll jump right into it. I think goal number one for the Las Vegas Raiders, that's right, solidifying that offensive line, baby. So Colton Miller, Jermaine Illuminar, who's ever going to start a tackle, it doesn't really matter to me. In fact, we'll bring up the offensive line and the offense depth chart here. So, yes, Colton Miller, Denzel Good, Dylan Parham. I put him ahead of Andre James. I know. Andre James had a really solid end to the year last year, so he probably should start at center, then put Dylan Parham in at guard. I don't care, but find a way to get Dylan Parham and Andre James on the field at the same time, and I think good things will happen for your offensive line. And then obviously, Alex Leatherwood or Brandon Parker, who's ever going to start at that right tackle position. It really is about solidifying that offensive line and seeing who is going to step up as major players for this Las Vegas Raiders offensive line, because you got to protect Derek Carr, for him to be able to get the ball to Devontae Adams, for them to be able to run the football with Josh Jacobs and everybody else. So, I'm excited, I think, but it does come down to the fact, where are they going to plug players in? Where are they going to use guys to be able to be, the major building pieces for this offensive line moving forward? I think that's goal and question number one. Well, we've talked about question, but that's goal number one. Solidify your offensive line and, see what you can do to help protect Derek Carr and company. Goal number two, go ahead and find your number three wide receiver, baby. Yes, we've touched on it. You've got Hunter Renfrow. You've got Devontae Adams. After that, who you got? Well, again, we'll bring up the depth chart here yet again. Yes, you've got, like we said, Adams and Renfrow. After that, it's kind of up in the air. You got DeMarcus Robinson, Tyrone Johnson, Mac Hollins, Keelan Cole, Dylan Stoner, Justin Hall, DJ Turner. There's so many guys that are vying for that number three spot that it's really going to be interesting heading into training camp, because, again, I do think that it does come down to, yes, having a number one and a number two is very fun, but also it's equally as important to have a threat at number three that could also get the football and keep defenses honest. I think that's going to be a big part to this Raiders offense. And plus, yes, we know the tight ends are going to get a lot of attention. That's just what happens in Josh McDaniels' offenses. Goal number three, I think it's taking a serious look at this defensive line. Now, there's a lot of different things going on with this defensive line, particularly all the different guys that could play different positions. Max Crosby, I know this is a 4-3, and they're going to go up mainly out of a 3-4, but this is just for generic talking about it, looking at it like all the different guys. This is a 3-4, 4-3, whatever, but we use the 4-3 to look at the generic look at what the Raiders could do. So Max Crosby going to be probably that 5 tech. I mean, could he play outside linebacker? Probably, but just for now, I do think that Patrick Graham is going to use, a lot of different things in terms of this 4-3 as well. So I know his main thing is going to be out of a 3-4, but I do think there's going to be a time and a place to use the 4-3, so that's why we kind of use the generic. It's just generic. We'll put together a 3-4 to kind of give it a look, but so far this is what we came up with. So back to the defensive line here. There's a lot of players. I'm really interested to see what they'll do and how they'll be taken advantage of, in terms of where they'll be put, on the defensive line to help them out. I know Malcolm Kuntz is a guy that I'm really excited about where they're going to put him. Again, you got guys like Kyler Fackrell, who had 10 sacks a couple years ago for the Packers. Honestly, Bilal Nichols coming over from the Bears really showed he could be a pass rusher. That missing piece, I think, for the Raiders. Then also got Jonathan Hankins coming back. Can he be that guy that does get after the passer, does stuff the run? Going to be interesting to see. But overall, then Neil Farrell Jr., Matthew Butler, the two guys you drafted this year to be probably stalwarts in that interior defensive line. So, I'm excited about it. I think what it comes down to is the fact you probably have your starters in Chandler Jones and Max Crosby. I understand that fine. Bilal Nichols, Jonathan Hankins, all that. After that, try everybody everywhere. I don't care. Take a serious look. Quit punching your microphone, Colton. Take a serious look at everybody that's playing defensive line, where they can play, where they can't play. Honestly, I don't care. Try Jonathan Hankins at 5 tech. I don't care. Just try everybody at everything. If it doesn't work, okay. That's what training camp is for, and that's how you take a serious look at the defensive line. And then another thing we think, I personally think this is the last thing that you probably want to do, and that is develop. Here we go. Develop DB talent. So yes, 50% of your DB room is locked down on Tre'von Morgan, Nate Hobbs. Fine, that's great. After that, what's going to be the thing here? Who is going to step up for you? Who's going to be a big part of this? Again, using a 4-3, I know it's going to anger some people, but just come on, just bear with me for a second. So when I say developed quarterback talent, so corner talent, DB talent, you've got, like we said, Tre'von Mullen Jr., Tre'von Moehrig, Rock Ya-Sin, Nate Hobbs, all those guys. You need to develop these guys. You really need to see who will step up as a young player that will get it done for the Raiders moving forward. I think that's the goal number 4 here, is like you really have to find a way to get the most out of Tre'von Mullen Jr., get him healthy. Also, Rock Ya-Sin, he had a promising career with the Colts, an up and down, we'll say, but I think he's got a promising future moving forward. So, it really does come down to, you've got a lot of young players on that secondary. It comes down to developing them and make them into the players that they can be. So that's it. I think that is what we've got in terms of our top Las Vegas Raiders goals heading into training camp or during training camp. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below, all that good jazz. And if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about our top Las Vegas Raiders goals during training camp.